Let's see what she said then. Hey, why must they play these mind games, huh?
What do I say? Teach me to be funny like you.
Don't be silly, Tyler. Can't teach that.
You're one of the funniest people in the world.
Well, yes, I do like to take a wry, sideways look at life, but my bedrock's funny voices, and that doesn't really translate to text message.
Apple TV's British comedy Trying is back for its fifth season, following the lives of Nikki and Jason as they navigate family life and beyond. And we spoke with one of the stars of the show. Check it out. Joining me now is star of Apple TV's Trying, Rafe Spall. Hi, Rafe. How are you? I'm so excited to learn more about you and this show and all of your involvement with it.
Thank you, Blake. Nice to see you, and happy to be here talking about a show which is so important to me in my life, and that I love sharing with the world.
Well, now 5 seasons in with Trying, I'm curious, what does Jason mean to you, and what do you feel like you have learned from him along the way, 5 seasons in?
You know, it's 5 seasons, but in real time, I first read this script in 2018, so 8 years ago. It's been a part of my life, this show, and I've really grown and changed with the character. And I think that one of the things that sustains a long-running TV show is that, from an audience point of view, you want to see the characters change and grow and evolve, because you yourself as an audience member do the same thing. I'm a very different person now in my own life than I was 8 years ago. So is Jason. I think that that's a really important part of the show's success, because ultimately great TV shows are a group of people that we love hanging out with, and they become part of the family in a weird way for that short amount of time that you binge the show, or wait for it to come out on a weekly basis, whatever it is. They become part of the family, and I'm really proud of a show which is populated by good people trying to do the right thing.
I think that's really special to have that takeaway 5 seasons in and still feel so connected to it. One of the more prevalent themes throughout the show is, of course, parenthood and adoption and everything that comes along with that. So I'm curious, what do you think the show says about adoption? And also, if there's viewers out there that, have shared experiences to the characters, in what ways do you hope that they feel kind of impacted and understood?
I think that the show is a celebration of family in all of its different shapes and sizes. I think family means different things to different people. In my own life, my family isn't necessarily conventional. Esther and I have a child together, and I have 3 children from my previous marriage. That, to me, doesn't make my family any less beautiful or valid. And everybody's got their own version of that. In our show, we have a couple that have adopted 2 children. And the love that they feel for their children is as great had they naturally conceived them. And for members of the adoption community, or people that have had difficulty in naturally conceiving children, I think they get a great deal from the show because they feel represented. And the gentleman who wrote it, Andy Walton, he himself was adopted. So he was very keen to make it as accurate a depiction as possible. But, the idea of adoption was the original hook of the show. It's evolved now. It's become a show about family in all of its beauty and dysfunction. I think those are one and the same thing, really, beauty and dysfunction, because no one's family straightforward, don't we know it? But you only get one, whether they're chosen or not. You only get one, and we're stuck with them.
Isn't that true? Well, very beautifully said there. So obviously you and Esther kind of had this whole thing. You guys are the stars of this show. So what's it been like getting to really kind of like take this project on with her? And then also, what's something that would maybe like surprise people about her?
That's funny. So Esther and I have been making the show for a long time, and in season 4 we got together and we became a romantic couple in real life, and we now have a baby together. And I get to live and sometimes work with my favorite person, and that is a complete joy. I love hanging out with her. What would surprise people about her? Well, there's certain things that I think should stay within a marriage or a relationship that I'm not going to
Sure.
divulge. But you know, she has a very she's got an amazing sense of humor and quite a dark sense of humor in the best possible way. She's just it's probably not surprising to the audience to find out that she's funny, but she's yeah, some of her humor is surprising.
Okay, all right. Hey, we'll take that. So season 5 is on the horizon. In what ways would you say that Nikki and Jason's story, as parents and just maybe the overall storyline is really elevated this season?
Yeah, sure. So the show started off as a show about adoption, is now a show about family in its myriad ways, and they, you know, play a couple who have found themselves with two teenage kids, and they're sort of terrified of their oldest daughter, who's a very powerful character. They're frightened of her because you know, she doesn't take any prisoners, and a bomb goes off in their life because the children's biological mother turns up, which I think is a very real thing for people that have adopted, and a very difficult thing, that someone else lives out there who has a claim to your children. I think that's very powerful.
Mhm.
But you know, the show has always done really well at dealing with difficult issues with humor, and does a really good job of uh, keeping it light, but also having beautiful moments of pathos and connection and beauty and sadness. All of these things have contributed to a show which is 5 seasons old now, in a landscape which it's very difficult to keep a show running these days, you know? So we must be doing something right.
Well, Rafe, thank you so much for your time. We can't wait for everyone to see season 5 of Trying on Apple TV.
You can catch up on Trying now on Apple TV and watch season 5 starting July 8th.